Welcome to Lesson 11 of Week 8, our AI Spotlight lesson focusing on artificial intelligence tools for budget calculations. Throughout this week, we have covered the fundamentals of grant budgeting, from cost principles to specific budget categories. Now we explore how AI can assist with the practical work of developing grant budgets while emphasizing critical limitations you must understand. AI tools can accelerate budget development by helping model personnel costs, calculating multi-year projections, checking arithmetic, and generating initial budget drafts. These capabilities can save significant time and reduce calculation errors. However, AI has important limitations that require human oversight and verification. This lesson will help you understand practical ways AI can assist with budget calculations, critical limitations and risks to be aware of, best practices for incorporating AI into your budgeting workflow, and why human judgment and verification remain essential. Remember that AI capabilities are evolving rapidly. The specific examples discussed reflect tools available as of November 2025. By the end of this lesson, you will understand how to leverage AI productively for budget work while maintaining appropriate caution about its limitations. AI tools offer several capabilities relevant to budget development. Understanding these capabilities helps you apply AI productively to appropriate tasks. Calculation support allows AI to perform arithmetic for salary, fringe, and totals. Given base salaries, effort levels, and fringe rates, AI can quickly calculate personnel costs for multiple positions. This speeds up the mathematical work of budget preparation and reduces simple arithmetic errors. Scenario modeling helps you explore different staffing or cost configurations. What if you used a 50% coordinator instead of full-time? What if you reduced travel to fund additional supplies? AI can quickly recalculate budgets under different assumptions, helping you find configurations that fit within funding limits. Multi-year projections apply escalation factors across project years. AI can take year one figures and project them forward with salary increases, fringe rate changes, and inflation adjustments. This automation speeds development of multi-year budgets with appropriate cost escalation. Format generation creates budget tables and justification templates. AI can structure your numbers into standard budget formats and generate initial drafts of justification narratives. This formatting assistance saves time while ensuring your budget follows expected structures. AI has critical limitations that require human oversight. Understanding these limitations prevents over-reliance on AI for decisions that require human judgment. Regulatory currency is a significant concern. AI may not know current federal thresholds, GSA rates, or recent regulatory changes. If the equipment threshold changed or de minimis rates were adjusted, AI may not reflect those updates. Human verification against current regulations is essential. Funder-specific rules vary across agencies and programs. AI cannot reliably interpret the specific terms of your award or know which agency policies apply to your grant. Funder-specific requirements must be verified by humans familiar with those requirements. Rate accuracy is another limitation. AI does not know your organization's fringe rates, indirect cost rates, or salary structures. You must provide accurate rate information and verify that AI applies it correctly. Using incorrect rates produces budget errors regardless of whether calculations are mathematically correct. Compliance judgment requires human decision-making. Whether a cost is allowable, whether prior approval is required, whether an expense is reasonable, these determinations require human judgment informed by regulations, policies, and circumstances. AI should not make compliance determinations. AI can assist with personnel cost calculations, which often involve multiple positions with varying effort levels and multi-year projections. Understanding how to use AI effectively for this task saves time while maintaining accuracy. Input requirements include providing accurate information about salaries, effort levels, and fringe rates. AI cannot look up your organization's rates or determine appropriate effort levels. You must supply this information accurately for AI calculations to be useful. Your calculation request should clearly ask AI to calculate project salary and fringe for each position. Specify the formula you want applied, such as salary times effort equals project salary, then project salary times fringe rate equals fringe cost. Clear instructions produce better results than vague requests. For multi-year handling, specify your escalation assumptions for later years. Tell AI to apply 3% annual salary increases and 1% fringe rate increases, or whatever assumptions you are using. Explicit assumptions prevent AI from making its own assumptions that may not match your intentions. Verification is essential. Check AI calculations against manual calculations for at least a sample of positions. Verify that totals add correctly. Confirm that AI applied your rates and assumptions as intended. Trust but verify should guide your approach to AI-generated calculations. AI can help model different budget scenarios when you need to fit your plans within funding constraints. This capability helps you explore options efficiently. Provide your budget constraints, including total budget limit and any category-specific limitations. AI needs to know your boundaries to suggest configurations that fit within them. Be specific about maximum amounts for total budget and key categories. Describe the configuration options you want to compare. Should you use a full-time versus part-time coordinator? Should you reduce travel to fund additional personnel? Present the alternatives you are considering and ask AI to calculate costs for each. Trade-off analysis asks AI to compare cost implications of different choices. What is the total cost difference between options? How does each option affect other budget categories? Understanding trade-offs helps you make informed decisions about resource allocation. AI may suggest optimization approaches you had not considered. Sometimes AI identifies configurations that achieve your objectives at lower cost or provide more resources within your budget. While human judgment still drives decisions, AI modeling can surface options worth considering. AI can calculate indirect costs once you provide the necessary rate and base information. Understanding how to structure these requests produces accurate results. Rate provision requires telling AI your indirect cost rate. AI cannot look up your NICRA or determine your applicable rate. Provide the specific rate to apply, such as 52% of modified total direct costs. MTDC identification specifies which costs are included in the calculation base. Explain that MTDC includes salaries, fringe, supplies, travel, and similar costs. Be explicit about what goes into the base rather than assuming AI knows the definition. Exclusion handling identifies equipment and subaward amounts that must be excluded. If your budget includes $40,000 of equipment and a subaward with amounts over $25,000 to exclude, specify these exclusions. AI needs explicit information about what to exclude from MTDC. Calculation verification confirms AI calculated correctly. Manually verify the MTDC total and the multiplication by your rate. Check that exclusions were handled properly. Indirect cost errors affect total budget significantly, so verification is important. AI can generate initial drafts of budget justifications, saving time on a task that can be tedious. Understanding how to get useful drafts while maintaining quality requires thoughtful prompting and review. Structure requests should ask AI to follow standard budget justification format. Personnel justification typically describes each position's role and effort level. Travel justification explains trip purposes and cost calculations. Provide guidance on the expected structure for your funder. Position details require you to provide information about each position's role and contribution. AI cannot invent what your project coordinator will do. Give AI the substantive content about position responsibilities so it can write appropriate justification text. Cost basis explanations tell AI how costs were determined. Did you base travel estimates on GSA rates? Did you obtain vendor quotes for equipment? Providing this information enables AI to write explanations that accurately describe your budgeting approach. Human editing is always required for AI-generated justification text. Review for accuracy, appropriate tone, and completeness. Ensure the justification accurately describes your plans and properly justifies each cost. AI-generated text is a starting point for human refinement, not a finished product. Every AI-assisted budget requires human verification. Building verification steps into your workflow ensures you catch errors before submission. Calculation checks verify arithmetic independently. Use a calculator or spreadsheet to confirm totals. Check that individual line items add to category totals and that categories add to the overall total. Simple arithmetic errors undermine credibility. Catch them through verification. Rate verification confirms that correct rates were applied. Did AI use your current fringe rate or a default assumption? Did AI apply the correct indirect cost rate? Did AI use current GSA rates for travel? Verify that all rates match your organization's current approved rates. Regulatory compliance checking at ecfr.gov confirms current requirements. Is the equipment threshold still $5,000? Are there new requirements affecting your budget? AI may not reflect recent regulatory changes. Human verification against authoritative sources is essential. Institutional review by your grants office provides another layer of verification. Grants office staff can identify errors, ensure compliance with institutional policies, and catch issues you might miss. Their review complements your own verification efforts. Understanding AI risks helps you use these tools appropriately and maintain necessary caution. Several risks are particularly relevant to budget work. Hallucination risk means AI may generate plausible but incorrect information. AI might cite a regulation that does not exist, quote, a rate that is not accurate, or describe a requirement that was never real. Plausibility does not equal accuracy. Verification is essential. Outdated information is a particular concern for budget work. Regulations change, rates adjust, thresholds get modified, AI training data has a cutoff date, and AI may not know about subsequent changes. Current requirements must be verified through authoritative sources. False confidence characterizes AI responses. AI presents information with equal confidence regardless of whether it is accurate. The confident tone does not indicate reliability. You must evaluate accuracy independently rather than trusting AI's confident presentation. Accountability remains with you regardless of whether AI assisted your work. If your budget contains errors, you cannot deflect responsibility to AI. You sign the proposal. You are responsible for accuracy. AI assists, but does not replace your judgment and accountability. Following best practices helps you get maximum value from AI while managing its limitations. These practices should guide your use of AI for budget work. Clear instructions produce better results. Rather than asking AI to create a budget, specify exactly what you need. Calculate personnel costs for these positions at these effort levels using this fringe rate. Specific prompts yield more useful outputs than vague requests. Accurate inputs are essential for useful outputs. If you give AI wrong fringe rates or incorrect salary information, its calculations will be wrong even if mathematically correct. Garbage in, garbage out applies. Take time to provide accurate information. Iterative refinement improves results over multiple exchanges. Review AI output, identify issues, and request corrections or adjustments. AI can refine its work based on your feedback. Treat budget development as a conversation rather than a single request. Always verify because AI makes mistakes. Check calculations, confirm rates, and verify claims against authoritative sources. No matter how confident AI seems, independent verification is non-negotiable. Building verification into your workflow catches errors before they become problems. Integrating AI into your budget workflow requires balancing efficiency gains with quality assurance. A structured approach maximizes benefits while maintaining accuracy. Draft development uses AI for initial calculations and drafts. Let AI do the mathematical heavy lifting and generate first drafts of justification text. This accelerates the early stages of budget development when you are exploring options and creating initial versions. Human review follows every AI output. Do not accept AI calculations or text without review. Check arithmetic, verify that rates and assumptions were applied correctly, and ensure justification text accurately describes your plans. Human review is where errors get caught. Expert consultation engages your grants office for complex questions. If AI output raises questions you cannot answer, consult experts. Compliance questions, rate interpretations, and unusual circumstances benefit from grants office expertise. Do not rely on AI for complex judgment calls. Final verification conducts thorough review before submission. After all revisions are complete, review the entire budget one more time. Check totals, verify consistency between budget and justification, and confirm all requirements are met. This final check catches issues that might have slipped through earlier reviews. Knowing when not to use AI is as important as knowing when to use it. Some tasks require human judgment and authoritative sources rather than AI assistance. Compliance determinations should not come from AI. Whether a cost is allowable, whether prior approval is required, whether an expense is reasonable, these questions require human judgment informed by regulations and award terms. Ask your grants office, not AI, for compliance guidance. Regulatory interpretation should rely on authoritative sources, not AI. Current requirements, threshold amounts, and regulatory text should be verified at ecfr.gov or agency websites. AI may have outdated or incorrect information about regulations. Rate lookup requires your organization's actual rates, not AI guesses. Your fringe rates, indirect cost rates, and salary structures are specific to your organization. Get them from your grants office or HR, not from AI's general knowledge. Final authority rests with humans. AI assists and accelerates, but humans must make decisions and take responsibility. Never let AI make a compliance decision or determine that something is appropriate without human judgment. Your signature on the proposal means you are responsible. AI capabilities are evolving rapidly, and budget tools will continue to improve. Understanding the trajectory helps you anticipate future developments while maintaining appropriate caution. Improving capabilities will make AI budget tools more useful over time. Better natural language understanding, improved calculation accuracy, and more sophisticated scenario modeling are likely developments. Tools that seem impressive today will seem basic compared to future capabilities. Funder integration may see some federal agencies develop AI-assisted budget tools. Systems that check budgets against agency requirements, flag potential issues, or streamline submission processes are plausible developments. Such tools could simplify compliance while changing budget preparation workflows. Remaining limitations will persist despite improvements. Human judgment about project needs, appropriate resource levels, and compliance with specific requirements will remain essential. AI will assist more effectively, but will not replace the need for human decision-making. Evolving best practices require staying current as the field develops. What constitutes appropriate AI use in grant budgeting will evolve as capabilities change. Professional development and attention to emerging guidance will help you adapt your practices appropriately. Practical application of AI in budget development requires a thoughtful approach that builds capability over time. These suggestions help you get started productively. Start small with simple calculation tasks where verification is straightforward. Use AI to calculate personnel costs for a few positions and verify the results. Success with simple tasks builds confidence for more complex applications. Build confidence by expanding use as you learn AI capabilities and limitations. As you understand what AI does well and where it struggles, you can apply it more effectively. Experience teaches you which tasks benefit most from AI assistance. Maintain verification regardless of how experienced you become with AI tools. Even after many successful uses, AI can make errors. Never skip verification because past results were accurate. Each budget requires independent verification. Share learning by helping colleagues understand appropriate AI use. As you develop expertise, share what you learn about effective prompts, common errors, and verification approaches. Building organizational capability around AI use benefits everyone working on grants. Let us summarize what we covered in Week 8 and preview what is coming next. This week provided a comprehensive foundation in grant budgeting fundamentals. We began with federal cost principles, including the prudent person test and the allowability and allocability requirements that govern all grant expenditures. We distinguished direct costs from indirect costs and explored how F and A rates are calculated. We examined major budget categories in detail: personnel costs and effort documentation, fringe benefits and their calculation, travel policies and GSA rates, and the equipment versus supplies distinction. Each category has specific requirements and considerations for accurate budgeting. Throughout the week, our key theme was that the budget is the narrative expressed in numbers. Your budget should tell the same story as your written proposal, with resources aligned to activities and every cost connected to project objectives. Our AI Spotlight today demonstrated how artificial intelligence can assist with budget calculations while emphasizing the critical need for human verification. AI accelerates calculation work but cannot make compliance judgments or guarantee accuracy. Human oversight remains essential. In Week 9, we advanced to more sophisticated budgeting topics, including cost-sharing requirements, matching funds, multi-year budget development strategies, and managing sub-awards with partner organizations. These topics build on the fundamentals covered this week. Practice exercise. Use AI to calculate personnel costs for a hypothetical 3-position budget, then verify the calculations manually. Note any errors or issues you discover in the verification process.